And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Whew! And we just heard from Beyond Death the song Blood Beneath the Snow. And we are seeing them the 15th at Reggie's, which is this coming Monday. Opening for Flesh God Apocalypse. It should be the shit.
With their new guitarist, Johnny Bravo.
Oh, hell yeah. That'd be pretty sweet.
I know that, dude.
Yeah.
I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, rocking the soundboard. We got the chin hair of knowledge sitting to my left. And tonight, for the second time,
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
the first time, though, under this band name.
Correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, we can
Snow
explain that.
Burial,
What?
formerly OxBlood.
Correct. Yes.
Woohoo!
And
Thank you for having us.
I have a vintage OxBlood shirt.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to you not wearing it tonight?
I was going to, and then
He forgot.
He's a
Morgan
tougher
goes,
dude.
"What are you going to wear?" And I'm like, "I don't know, just find a shirt." That's how most of the time I get dressed.
Yeah.
and then she'll give me a shirt, and I say I don't want
I
this
didn't
one,
give it
and I'll
to
throw
him,
it back at her
though.
face.
He found it. Yeah,
I
he
just
does it
open-
a lot. It's like, okay, well then wear this. Nope, let me just toss it back in your face. It's like, okay, well then I'm not
That's my
choosing a
life.
shirt for you.
It's it's how I live.
He's like dressing a 5-year-old. No joke. I'll go through probably 20 shirts every single time we're about to go out, and he'll say no to each one of them. And I'm like, what difference
Dude.
does it make?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm like, why are you asking me to dress you then? Find your own fucking
You don't
clothes.
put it on. You just find me a shirt. It's
I do put it on my face when you throw it at me.
So anyway, we're here with Snow Burial.
Yeah.
Working out some domestic problems.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
Clothing issues. And why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and who's missing tonight?
Oh, I'm Ben. I do guitar things.
I'm Brandon. I play drums.
Boom.
Yeah.
Andrew is missing because he is busy
On
doing-
vacation.
Yes, he is on vacation in the
Surprisingly.
Bahamas, getting the Zika virus. And hopefully
I was
not
reading
dying.
about that this morning.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
Wait, what?
I hope he
The
doesn't
Zika
get in
virus?
that
Zika
sweet
virus?
stash of his.
So the Zika virus is some horrible virus that's going around tropical climates and then causes horrible birth defects.
Yeah, the virus itself isn't actually that horrible,
Right.
but the birth defects are.
Right.
So, as
Kind
you're
of a
saying
bummer.
this, Andrew is planning on having a child while he's in the Bahamas.
Yes.
The
Multiple.
mustache.
The mustache
what
will
it-
protect him,
Yeah.
though, is the idea.
I think
May
he's
the
safe.
stash be with you.
I think he's safe. They see it and they're just like,
Yeah.
respect.
That dude
And they
has
keep
taken
going.
more vacations in the past year or two than I have seen anybody take in their whole fucking life.
Guys living, dude. Guys
I
just
don't
living.
understand.
Do it up.
So
Hey, wouldn't you if you were allowed to?
when you guys get the practice?
Well, see, we practice a lot without him.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
why we're tight.
Okay.
That's
We do
kinda
practice
happened.
a decent amount without him.
Yeah, we practice what we can. We all have jobs, and I have a baby, so we just fit it in when we can. I don't do
said.
things like. So yeah,
We pretty much take it on a week-by-week basis
Yeah,
lately, it
it's-
seems. Like, who's working when? Okay, what night can we
Yeah,
get
we all
together?
just started new jobs, so that's also fun
That's
for
funny.
scheduling things.
Yeah, literally all three of us have brand new jobs within the last few months. So,
But we make it work. It helps not being in 3 bands. That's a plus.
yeah.
Or other hobbies besides playing music.
Were you in 3 bands at one time?
No, I just
Oh,
I know
okay,
a bunch of
okay.
people who are like,
In multiple bands.
Multiple bands.
Yeah, I don't know how they do
I
that.
have no
Yeah.
fucking idea.
I guess you just don't have to have a job. in
Doing
order to
this
do that.
radio show is almost like being in a band
Oh,
I
yeah,
know it
totally.
because
is.
we do the show and then we do things for the show, and it's almost
Yeah.
like
And then Luke goes in a band.
Right, and then you
And
go
then
out to show.
So yeah, keeping super busy. So why don't we go ahead? Last time you guys were on, you guys were called OxBlood, and I have a sweet OxBlood shirt.
I know
And we have a sweet OxBlood CD.
that art is so good.
Now
What?
Yes.
I beg to differ, sir.
he said it's so good.
Oh,
Good.
I thought he said it's not so good.
No, it's
Phew.
so good. No,
Okay.
I'm
Clean out your ears,
It's so
Morgan.
good.
I'm
It's-
depressed I can't use that shirt
it's
design and print
so
more stuff.
good.
Yeah.
No.
Ah.
So
you
wordplay.
you could use the design again.
We could.
No,
well,
it just
yeah,
doesn't fit
I know.
the name
Yeah.
Snow Burial.
You could add some snow into it.
Yeah, it was just snow-covered skull and snow roses. Yeah, that'd be actually.
So
not a bad
let's
idea.
Snow and
talk a little
roses.
bit about why the name change and what Snow Burial means.
And how you guys came up with Snow Burial?
Oh, gosh.
So the last part's the least interesting part. The first part is much better story. So we started out trying to find a band name, looking for stuff. Was it Andrew or did you text me? Someone texted me.
Are we talking about the new band name or the old
No,
band?
the
Oh, about
old one.
Oxblood?
Yeah.
I think both of us kind of came up with it, and we mentioned it at a practice.
Were you shopping?
We were
together?
shopping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
were
was a-
shopping for clothes.
It was a men's fashion reference. Because
It
that
was-
particular year, Oxblood is a true story. Oxblood was a popular season or a popular color in fashion that season, and we
There's
just
a-
happened to be shopping because he wasn't on vacation.
You said color.
color.
There's a
Oxblood.
color called OxBlood.
Oxblood,
That's
yeah.
pretty
It's like-
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Right, and
like
this
dark
is
red,
actually-
burgundy.
Part of the reason why we can't use it anymore. So I was like, hey, that sounds tough. Great. I didn't know the origins of it, but one word, simple, cool. So we started Googling, seeing if there's any other bands with the band.
Wait,
success.
what's not tough about that origin story?
Shopping for clothing.
Hey,
Sorry. That's
Snow Burial has fashion.
Yeah.
The magazine will be out soon.
Oh, yeah. That's our next venture. But so old
Magazines.
school, we start Googling it. We look, see if anyone's using it. There was an Oi band from New York City
An
the
oi band?
Oi.
It's like
Oi.
like it's the stuff that goes like oi oi oi.
Oh, yeah, punk rock.
Okay.
Right? And a very,
Must be a New York thing.
No, it's all
I
around
know,
the
I'm
world.
all
kidding.
over the
I'm
world
kidding.
now.
Okay.
But so they were
70s.
active in the 90s. The last thing they had was literally an Angel Fire website for those who are old enough to remember
Jesus.
Angel Fire.
I remember the band Angel Fire.
No, this is a make your own website from like
I know. I
95.
remember.
Yeah.
So that was all that was left. They hadn't been active in forever. One of their guitar players had died, so we were going,
What?
okay, cool, we'll use it, not a problem. So we start playing shows. We go on your show. We do things. We're having a great time.
Shirts, CDs.
Shirts, merch.
Right.
Yep.
And they start back up. And we're like, whatever. These guys are an oi band from New York City. We are not. You look us up. We have beards. They're skinheads. Now, they're sharps, for those who are unfamiliar, are skinheads against racial prejudice. Really, they're still kind of assholes. But their name derives from sharps who wear OxBlood-colored Doc Martens, which is very critical to delineating them between sharps and actual neo-Nazi skinheads, apparently.
Almost won the Doc Martens.
So right, so their name came from the color of OxBlood Doc Martens that they wear, and their shirts are like Doc Marten boot prints and stuff and everything like that. Anyway, they start playing again.
I think they have a record called Under the Boot.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we don't give a shit. Whatever. There's not really much crossbleed. We're not playing punk rock shows with those guys. It's not going to be a problem. Except their fans start liking us and then start like messaging us asshole stuff and like.
Yeah. Like we would play shows and then we would announce the shows on our social media, and then their fans would start writing on our social media like, "Oh, I thought this was the other OxBlood.
That's not cool.
There's only one OxBlood. Asses, blah blah blah." Stuff like that.
It's like, dude, that's
Okay.
someone else owns that name. That's an intellectual property. You're stealing their copyright. And it's like, well, no, it's a trademark.
Yeah, you can't
don't know.
copyright a band name.
Aw.
Yeah.
And then
But we didn't mind hearing from the fan. We
Whatever,
were just like,
right.
whatever, we're still gonna brush
just
it
delete
off.
the comments, whatever. We don't care. And then the like founder and bass player from that band starts messaging me directly and like threatening me with lawyer action and all this stuff. We don't change our name. Meanwhile, if you start Googling OxBlood, there's like 2 trance DJs who both use the name OxBlood. There's a band in the Philippines named OxBlood. Look, it's not at all that unique. So
Yeah.
anyway, they wanted to make it a problem. And last thing I want to do is pick fights with angry skinheads. Not really the best plan in the world. So that's when we started coming up with another name.
Yeah.
So then, what was the timeline for this? So when did the band start again?
2012, we started jamming.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
The
band
very end of 2012.
Yep.
and came up with the band name shortly thereafter. I'm
Right,
guessing.
Yeah, probably within a couple months.
And then when did the
Name
Snow
change.
Burial actually the name change?
I think it was 2014 because we released the 2 EPs, 2013, 2014.
And then we changed right
And
after
then
that.
right after that, we
Yeah.
started getting in the stupid fake arguments.
It was at the wasn't at the Heavy Holidays
Actually,
show,
yeah.
which
So-
was probably a year ago, a little over a year ago.
Yeah, Heavy Holidays fundraiser show. It was Christmas 2014, I think, is when we started coming up with a name.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause we had to come up with something.
Yep.
That was when.
So then, how did you guys come up with the Snow Burial?
It sounded cool and it wasn't taken.
Oh, Ben tells a short version of that story.
We've gone through many, many dozens of names.
No, at least from my standpoint anyway. By the time we were actually settling on this name, we had some idea of what our band kind of sounded like. Because when we started, it was just like Ben and I throwing ideas off each other, and then Andrew coming in and adding stuff. And we were just throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
And we didn't really know how our sound was even going to shake out or, form itself into something. Now, I think it sounds a little more cohesive on that record. Like we
Yeah.
kind of have it figured out, like all the influences we want to pull together and the stuff we want to do. So since we knew what we sounded like and we knew what we were going for, we really wanted some words that kind of maybe captured the sound a little bit. And we liked the idea of 2 words. We wanted something that sounded heavy and tough, but we also wanted something that sounded like a little bit cold, a little bit mechanical, kind of playing off Chicago, and the kind of the whole post-metal thing that happens in Chicago. So we started throwing all these words around, and we were fixated on using the word winter for a while.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that
every
was a-
combination of that we could come up with the word winter in it, we'd search, and there'd be 6 Swedish death metal bands
Yeah, no.
named
So-
that.
Every time we're like, oh, that's so cool.
I
Yeah.
probably
Take it.
know like half of those.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. Winter Mute, Winter Ritual.
Blizzard Burial was taken. Avalanche Burial was
Or
taken.
you could just go with the one single band, the band from the U.S. called Winter.
Winter.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, finding that was the thing about like finding a one-word name that isn't taken. That
Impossible.
won't be a fight. Like it's impossible. So you have to pick something that's not going to be a fight, which we thought we did.
But it's funny if you go on like Encyclopedia Metalium, the Metal Archives, you can just type in one word and you'll see like there's like 15 bands
God,
with the
yeah.
same name
Well, even like the Sword, right?
Yeah.
So
from Texas.
right. There was a bunch, like from the 70s, a pretty successful band from the Sword. And originally they were the Sword of Doom, the one from Texas, and now they're
The Sword.
the Sword, and it's way cooler. And
Saw
they're
them with
awesome.
Metallica.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
fucking awesome. Those guys are really
So
good.
definitely heavy from Chicago, snow, and,
Right.
and then you
Yeah.
got burial because we get buried in the snow in
Snowpocalypse
winter.
2014, son.
It definitely fits. I like it.
Yeah, thanks. Thank
Yeah.
you. We like it too.
So you guys, since the last time you guys came on, you came out with a new CD
This month.
Yeah.
this month.
It was
Officially.
released February 1st.
And
Boom.
what is that bad boy called?
It is called Victory in Ruin.
Victory. Perfect. Well, why don't we go ahead and play a track off that? We come back in.
Sweet.
We'll keep talking about the new CD.
What's the first track you guys want to play?
Well, just start with track 1. It is called Buried in Ash.
Off side A, correct?
Yes, side A. It is a vinyl. It is an LP. There are 2
We
sides.
got that.
Boom.
Even the CD's two-sided.
Yeah, I don't know how that
in
works,
my mind.
Let's do it. Snow burial.
Cemetery Justin, the vocalist.
Corey, also play guitar.
We are survivalists. Here on the Metal Experience.
Woo! And we just heard the first track from Snow Burial off the Victory in Ruin CD. That was Buried in Ash. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. And we are here with Snow Burial, fucking rocking out. So that first track we heard, Buried in Ash, what's that bad boy about?
Being buried in ash. It was so funny. I was thinking about this. Like last time we were on the show, you were asking it. Like you guys would ask us, like, what are the lyrics to the song? And I'm like,
You do this every time.
no, I know you do. But it's like, I listen to a shit ton of the Melvins and just write words that sound cool. I don't fucking know. So we actually put some thought into some of the words. In this
Because we asked you all these questions,
totally,
you had
yeah,
to
I
come
was
up
like-
with an idea.
The problem is I don't remember now.
They're like, wait, we're going to be on
the
the metal
most-
experience. We need to know what these are about.
I think the most thought we put into it was like, okay, what kind of image do we want on the front?
Right.
Yeah, something with like ruins.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
what should we call it? Let's call it Victory in Ruin. Cool. What should the words be about? Kind of like
Ruins.
kind of like apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then try
So I
to
think-
push everything into that theme.
So like, I think one of the themes that we were working on with that one was the idea of like someone who, like you're following and is like your leader, right? And this actually happens in like The Walking Dead, right? So you're in this horrible situation. Someone steps up as a leader. Well, guess what? They're not always good. So like, what happens when they're falling apart and like, you're following someone, they're telling you what to do, and you do it, and everything just goes to shit, and everyone that's following them dies and things like that. Super uplifting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, let's
It's a real happy tune.
so where was this recorded at?
Same place
Ooh.
who did the first two records.
Okay.
Yeah, up at Howell Street Recordings in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a guy, Shane Hochstetler, who plays in a band called Zebras, which is super, super
Zebras.
awesome.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're a killer band.
Will you ever play a show with them?
We have played a show with them,
Okay.
and we would like to play more shows with them. They opened for Sumac and Old Man Gloom in Chicago.
Called
When they were in town last year.
Zebras.
Zebras.
Yep. Zebras. So like zebras.bandcamp.com. Super dark, thrashy, awesome guys, and they're really nice people. But yeah,
And-
he recorded us, and
Shane is an awesome recording engineer, and
killer drummer too.
yeah, and he's a killer drummer. And we had heard stuff done there that we really liked and was kind of similar to our sound. So we're like, okay, let's go check it out. And we went in there thinking we were just going to do an EP, and then came out with their first, record. And we're like, wow, that was
It was
way better than we even expected that it was going to be. So as long as he doesn't move to a different part of the country, we'll probably keep recording with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, drums are always the toughest thing to record, right? Like to get a drum sound that you really like and really want to hear, and like because it's like 10 different instruments you're trying to record simultaneously, and trying to get that to what it sounds like just standing in front of a drum kit. Like when you're standing in front of a drum kit, you don't think about it; it just sounds like a whole instrument and sounds good. But trying to translate that to earbuds is a whole
Different ball game.
yeah, different ballgame, and he's really good at that.
So was this live track drumming?
The drumming was done. We didn't track live, but like they were all live takes that
Yeah.
Brandon did.
Yeah.
So we would do the stuff separately, but like Brandon would just sit there and knock it out to a click track.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first record we did live, right? It was all three of us. So you guys went in and overdubbed
We would do
some
scratch
stuff,
tracks
right?
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if like there was something keepable, we would use it.
You'd
But
use it. Gotcha.
go back and do guitars and bass separately.
How
Part of it
long-
was. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask how long the whole process took to record this album.
8 songs.
6 days.
6 or 7 days to
Wow.
track and mix.
Yeah, yeah. That's everything. So tracking, mixing. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, 6, 7
Six-
days. I
yeah.
don't remember. It gets to be a blur. I mean, you're an hour 12. You're trying to do, your 17th take of something you just can't get right. You feel like a complete moron, and you're just like, oh god, can I be done yet?
So now, funny story about you guys. You are actually, your band is actually the reason why I now wear earplugs at local
Yay.
Wait,
shows.
really?
Good job.
You guys
That's awesome.
We're so fucking
so
loud.
fucking loud every time we see you guys.
For real?
For real.
Wait, you guys,
That's a big feather in my cap.
this is a show called The Metal Experience.
When
I
we
figured,
when we
like-
saw you at the Burlington,
yeah,
um,
that That
with guest
I think
prime.
Luco's ears were ringing for
That
like
was
3 days.
the sound of that show was killer.
And he seriously was afraid that he might have permanent ringing in his ears from that.
Oh, that's
You have
awesome.
permanent tinnitus.
Yeah.
So
We're both super pumped about this because that's great. Not that we want you to lose your
No, no,
hearing.
no.
but
No, yeah.
For us, it's a tone thing. For us, we're like,
well, that show at the Burlington, I was right up front and just so like,
He was mesmerized.
yes,
He
cool.
was having
Yes.
an orgasm apparently.
just
so.
having a fucking awesome time. And then after we left, I was like, oh my god, I can't hear.
Yeah.
And like my ears seriously rang for 3 days after that show. I told her, I'm like, I think I might have really fucked up my ears. Like,
Wow,
that was the loudest
Yeah,
local
dude.
band I've ever heard.
cool.
And
I
so
know.
yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are now the reason I wear earplugs at.
Well, good for you for wearing
Yeah.
earplugs.
Yeah.
That's
It's,
a good habit.
It mutes everything for me. I can't hear what those fucking things.
You got to get
is.
heroes. Do you have
Yeah.
heroes?
I don't know a euro. You want me to get euros?
Heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff it with
Little heroes in your ear. Yeah.
Get some lamb. You get the tzatziki is the secret.
the sauce. You gotta lube up your ears to
Heroes.
get
Where
lamb
you
in
get
there.
those, and are they super expensive?
No, they're like
Like-
probably $6 or $7 maybe, and they
You
have them
can
at like
wash
any
them.
music store.
Okay, I'm gonna
yeah.
have to look into those.
But
they're
You
kinda
can
like-
hear them.
Yeah, so you can. They muffle the sound a little bit, but not to a level where it's like.
Write that down.
I can remember the
I
word
think-
hero.
Okay.
Thank you.
I
He
think
tells
I'm
me to
still
write
gonna-
everything down,
You're
but I have a
still
better
gonna-
memory than
You're gonna
him.
raw dog it.
Hey, I used to wear no earplugs at a gun range and stand right next to shotguns.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
not
dude,
something
that's-
to brag about.
Yeah, that's
How do you hear?
that's even worse.
I don't
He-
know,
he
but I have
doesn't.
great hearing apparently.
Is what he's trying
What?
to tell you.
Huh?
Okay.
You don't wear earplugs at any shows ever?
Nope.
Wow.
Jesus.
I was
And
like,
I've been to like well over probably like 200 and something.
I was like
shows.
you. I was like you back when I was a young lad.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and,
And then
tell
the-
myself to start wearing earplugs earlier.
The
Maybe,
greatest-
maybe
Yeah.
when
No,
maybe
right.
when I'm over 30 or 40 or so, I'll be like, okay, time to put the earplugs
Well,
in.
that, yeah,
It's not going to matter at that point.
yeah, you'll be deaf by then.
my left ear is worse than my right ear. From like because where I stood in one band and I didn't wear earplugs and it was like my left ear was facing the cymbals from the drummer
Yeah.
and like
Even at band practice, I wear the
yeah,
earplugs.
yeah,
It's,
every time.
Do you wear
It's
them on
even
stage
louder.
too, Luco?
That's the only time I don't wear earplugs is when
Well,
I'm
you sing
playing.
now, right?
Well, yeah, but like
Yeah.
at band practice, my left ear is right next to the cymbals, so
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
if I didn't,
Yeah.
I'd be like, ah.
Yeah, it's
So-
super punk rock to wear earplugs, but yeah, it's good for you.
And Brandon plays the drums so fucking hard.
Thanks,
Well,
buddy.
it becomes
Yeah.
this war of
So
like trying to keep
hard.
up.
And that's because Andrew plays the bass so loud.
It really does become like this loudness war in the room, and like we'll try like every 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We're like, all right, let's back off the volumes a little bit, and then everyone just sort of tweaks a little bit. Someone's playing a little harder because you just want to hear yourself better.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we're
it's a
getting-
balancing act.
We're getting a little better.
We are better.
Yeah.
We're better than we were.
But same deal. It's a tone thing. Like I don't like the sound of the drum set unless you're really
Beating
laying
the
into it.
shit
You know,
out
at
of
least at least for our
No,
style
yeah.
of music. Anyway, I mean, we
Right.
have these breakdowns that are nice and pretty, and you can play quieter then. But like the way to make that drum set sound good is to like
Well, it's the same. Like,
Really
there's
give
some
it hell.
amps
Yeah.
like they hit a sweet spot when they're turned up enough. Like the tubes react in a way, and it sounds better. So it just doesn't sound as good when you're trying to play really quiet and play without earplugs.
yeah.
We've started to ask what are your instrument choices, like gear-wise? Do you
Preference.
preference anything,
I-
or have
I
you
could
gotten any new additions in
Talk
your
for
music
like 10
gear?
hours on this.
Yeah,
Oh,
you just
no.
We
start
don't have
bend
10
down.
hours,
You've
but you
opened
can
up
have
a whole
a
rabbit
few
hole.
minutes to give us a list of
Welcome
what
to
you
Gear
got.
Talk with Snowberry.
Oh yeah, no, we're thinking about starting the podcast. You want to start, Brandon?
I'll be quicker than Ben,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, I don't know.
I have done a lot of research. So right now I play like a vintage Ludwig kit.
Nice.
Which I like. It sounds super great, but it sounds about 90% of the way there to what I want it to sound like. And Ben teases me, and just like he's going to tease me now. I've been researching like my next drum set
What type
since
of-
the band started.
Since I've known you.
What type of heads you got?
I use Remo,
Okay.
Coded Emperors, and then a Power Stroke 3 on the bass. I was using Evans for a while, but they broke too easily.
Understandable.
And then Istanbul.
And yeah, so my preference would be Istanbul cymbals. Those are very pricey.
Actually, don't
And
know those ones.
because of how hard that you see that
Well,
we play.
you've
They
got
break
very
pretty regularly.
peculiar dress fashion, so I can only understand you dress your
The
drum
cymbal
with
fashion?
the expensive gear too.
I don't always use
Cymbal
symbols,
fashion.
but when I do,
OxBlood cymbals.
Yeah, right, yeah.
No, but Istanbul, they're like hand hammered and made in Turkey from like this sounds pretentious, but like this original recipe from like the 1600s church bells type thing, you know. So
They
they're
sound
still
really
using that
fucking
alloy,
good.
so they sound absolutely amazing, but they're kind of tough to get your hands on them stateside. And then because I break a decent amount of cymbals, you know, when you have one, you're like, I super love this, and then it lasts about a year or two, and you're like, it's broken. Now I got to hunt down another one.
How did you find that?
Chicago Music Exchange.
Okay.
And there's a handful of drummers that use Istanbul. And,
Have you
know,
tried Vic's Drum
they-
Shop?
Yes. Yeah, I go
They
to
don't-
Vic's. I go to Vic's on a
carry
pretty
'em
regular.
for
No, they carry Istanbul. But the thing with Chicago Music Exchange is, I wandered in that store with Andrew when he was looking at basses, and the drum shop was just starting out, and it was in the basement, and there was just a little like hand-drawn sign like, "Come check out the drum shop." So we're like, okay, we'll wander down there and just kind of scope it out. And walk down there, and basically me and Ryan Quilty, who's one of the guys that works there, are basically like drumming soulmates as far as like the kits we like to use and the size cymbals and the tones and how we like to play. And we just like hit it off right then and there.
And
So
he's in a
been
bunch
kind
of
of
good
like
bands too.
he's in some great bands, yeah. But he's been kind of like my go-to guy for drum stuff. So they stock a lot of Istanbul, and they can order things for me.
I
So,
have
yeah.
never even heard of those symbols, and
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
drummer.
Oh, they're great, man. They're awesome.
Cool. What's funny is like, and he's demonstrated this to me. He'll have like two 22-inch crashes or
Yeah.
something, and they're the same model, both Istanbuls, and they sound totally different.
What?
Yeah,
It's
'cause
like
they're-
most symbols,
they're hand
though,
hammered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But like, and it's like,
the tone, yeah.
Mind blowing.
Oh, and no crashes, all rides all the time. So it's like 22-inch ride, 22-inch ride, 22-inch ride. and it
What
just
about
rides as
any-
crashes?
What
His
about
crash
any?
doesn't sound cool enough to
you
me.
got any Chinas or splashes at all?
No Chinas or
bell.
splashes.
So just straight up rides.
Straight up rides, man. Straight up rides and hats.
got a bell.
I do have a bell. Yeah, I
Cowbell?
I got a Zill bell.
Okay.
I have a cowbell, but hasn't made an appearance yet.
I sold my
The new
cowbell.
Oh my god.
And then drums. So the drum set that I've been researching, I've been toured back and forth between a lot of different routes, but I've settled that I'm going to do a CNC, which is a company out of, I think, Gladstone, Missouri.
Yes.
And I'm going to do a custom, hopefully going to do a custom kit with those guys, because I'm talking with Ryan about getting all my
Are you gonna
specs
get
together.
snow burial
So.
heads on the bases?
That will be the next kit I get after this one
Jeez,
will
we're
hopefully
planning so
be
far.
like a Ludwig Vista Light acrylic clear, and then we'll get probably that logo that's on the front of the
the
CD
record.
that the listeners cannot see, but we'll get that probably on the front of the kick. So yeah, that's my gear plan anyway.
All right,
Well,
Ben, talk about pedals.
Oh God. So
You know what, Ben? If this is going to be
Yeah.
a long, let's do another
No,
song.
I'll keep
We
it-
come back
Oh
in.
yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll-
yeah. Perfect.
We got a lot of songs to play tonight. We'll come back in
Yeah.
and get
We can
Ben's.
talk about Andrew's gear too.
All right, perfect. He loves it. We know exactly what he
Oh no,
wants.
you'd be jumping in on this conversation. To us.
So the next snow burial song that you want
Are
to
we just going to go in order on the CD?
If you're gonna play all 8, yeah, let's do it
All
in
right,
order, man.
fuck yeah. The next song is Price to Pay.
Which makes sense because paying money for your instrument.
all the
so.
symbols that you're breaking.
Perfect. This is the price that you paid.
This is a song about gear.
Yeah.
the
This is why I
song.
work in IT.
Here we go.
Price
Hi, this is Joe.
This is Kristen.
I'm Eric.
And Anthony from Programmable Animal, and you're listening to the Metal Experience.
And we are back. I'm Morgan Danielle with Lugo Blaze and my little brother, the Chin Hair of Knowledge. And of course, we are here with the Gentleman in Snow Burial. That was another track off of their newly released CD, Victory and Ruin, and that was the song Price to Pay.
Word.
And we've been talking about the awesome, expensive taste that these men have in their gear, and the price that they paid for them is still going to be unknown because we won't talk about that. But we will talk about what that song was about and the story behind that. And then Ben's got some stuff to say about his gear, which may take up some time. So let's talk about the song first, and then Ben, you can take it away.
So this song I wrote all the lyrics right after the attacks in Paris, where not the most recent ones, but when they attacked Charlie Hebdo, the magazine. And just this, like, a lot of that ideology and this weird turn of where they want to turn the clock back to this just completely brutalistic, barbaric, totalitarian world where, like, just all the progress we've made with human rights and equality for basically everyone, I mean, is just completely turned over and is just slaughtering people, right? So again, totally uplifting story about the human condition. But like that, some of the imagery I was after, where they're trying, these zealots are trying to return the world to this, frankly, apocalyptic state, right? I mean, that's what they're after in a lot of ways. And they attacked a magazine for drawing a cartoon. Right? It's just fucked. Right?
Sons of bee stings.
And of course, worse things have happened since then. But that was what was going through my head while I was trying to write, try to evoke this idea, like, again, post-apocalyptic world where bad things are happening.
All right. Yeah. Well, on that note, what's the gear?
So on this record, one of the things, like, and this is actually a little bit of the change of some of how we did the sound too, or like how we played and wrote stuff. Like, I had started off when we started playing this band, I had done a lot of stuff with like 8-string guitars, and I was really into a lot of the like things like Meshuggah and Animals as Leaders, and I still really like those bands, but it didn't necessarily jam as well with what Brandon and Andrew were bringing to the table, and really kind of even how it fit in with the drum sound, right? So he's playing this vintage Ludwig kit. They're pretty dark, big and heavy. I had been playing with a guy
heavy as fuck.
Yeah, big and like I had been playing with a guy who was a very technical. It was a smaller drum kit, but he was blast beats. I mean, he could do crazy blast beats at 220 BPM. He was super technical, awesome guy, right? And he was actually a huge Flush God Apocalypse fan. And like, that's this very tight, controlled.
Morgan seems pretty pumped.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. Like, it's this whole world, but you can hear the difference between that and what we're playing.
Yeah,
right? And like, that's not
no offense.
Not my jams.
Right, it's not Brandon's jams.
Not a blast beats guy.
His sound. So I wanted to find something that would like kept the like really heavy, down-tuned sound and ended up with a baritone guitar. And got this guitar from Kevin Burkett, who makes his electrical guitar company. So the guitar is aluminum and acrylic, and the guys from Mastodon have a couple of his guitars, but like the two big, how he got big were Steve Albini and Shellac, and that sound, that really clangy, gritty, brutal sound from Shellac is that Travis Bean aluminum guitar sound, and then King Buzzo from the Melvins. And I saw these guitars, I was like, whoa, those things are insane. I have to play them. And I got this one, and just like it changed what I was thinking of and how I would want to write. And the whole record, was written with that guitar and with that in mind, and I think settles much better into this pocket of sounds where I can be really low and dark and heavy, but not stepping on, because Andrew's playing bass and it's this huge bass, huge gnarly bass tone, and we got these big toms and big kick drum that are big and fat, but I don't want to step on it. It'll just get muddy, and so trying to find a zone where I'm making a sound that fits in well with it, and it still sounds really mean. And that guitar just it's magic. Like it's aluminum and acrylic. It weighs like 12 pounds. It's like wearing a bowling ball. But it's the best guitar I've ever played, and it just changed my whole view on things.
We all use pretty rad gear, and
Yeah.
as we're talking about, we all like our gear, and we're proud of the stuff that we play and the sounds that we have. But yeah, the way you were describing the guitar and the effect that it had on the writing process in that record, it's almost like the guitar is like a fourth member of the band.
Yeah.
Almost more than my drum set or Andrew's bass or any pedal. It's like that guitar definitely changed the sound of our band.
Yeah, it lets me do things like I've always liked. So there's a band in Chicago called Bear Claw, and it's 2 bassists and a drummer. And
yeah, Bear Claw's pretty rad.
They're pretty rad, and there's things there. I'm like, oh, that's so cool, but I still want to play the high, pretty guitar stuff. So that's why I was after these 8-string guitars and stuff, and I thought they were cool, but it's a different sound. It's it's a different style of sound than what I was after. So I found that guitar, and I was just like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And then spent a lot of time with playing around with the different amplifiers. And one of the things I realized was, although I really liked my amps, again, when you're walking into the studio, you're not standing in front of it. Your amp is hitting a microphone that's then hitting a mixing board and probably going into your car speakers or your earplugs, your earbuds. It's not the same thing as standing in front of the room in the live room. So how do you best get to that?
How do you make Luco go deaf
Right.
by listening to a CD?
Right, exactly, right. How do I get that?
Pretty much, yeah.
So the answer, is one of the things that I realized is that you don't. This is true with guitar and with bass, really. But you don't when you're playing really heavy stuff and you're playing really loud. There's a lot of just physical air that gets moved, and it'll hit you in the chest, and it's awesome when you're playing live.
Which is what we're after.
Yeah, and that'll never happen in your earbuds.
Yeah,
it just doesn't really work that way. So how do I get at you? One of the things that you don't need anymore is you don't need those speakers that can project that way, and you don't need these big monster, half stacks of cabs and everything. And it turns out that a little Fender amp turned up to maximum sounds incredible that way. It sounds mean as fuck, and it's like this little Fender jazz amp. And just crank it, just dime it, and it sounds great. So I had this. I used to play in a shoegaze post rock, band, and I had this Fender amp that I really liked, and I was just like, screw it. Let's see what happens when I turn it up all the way, and it sounds awesome. And then I have a 70s orange, which I picked up. It's a 73 OR 120, and it, hand wired from England. It has cigarette burns all over it. It's a tank, and
nice.
I love the thing. And the combination of those two, you could just kind of pick it up. The audio engineer was really smart with it, where you could boot or track both, and then if I wanted something to be a little darker, I could just go to the orange. If I wanted something to be a little prettier and brighter, I could go to the twin. We just blend the two through the record. I didn't use any distortion pedals on the record, basically, except for a couple of moments where I wanted just what we called flamethrower sounds. But live, you can't do that. It just doesn't push air the same way. A twin reverb fully cranked is also punishingly bright.
Oof.
Yeah,
it's ear piercing.
Yeah, it is piercing. It doesn't do the bass.
It's loud, but in a different way.
Right. Yeah, it's a totally different way. It doesn't sit right in the room, so you can't do it that way. So then that's where a lot of the pedals come from. Getting to how do I emulate what I wanted out on the record out now on my live rig, and so going deep on the pedals, and again fitting in. That's always been one of my goals is to not step on the drum sound and not step on the bass, because they sound great. He's playing an awesome kit, and Andrew's playing an awesome bass and an awesome bass rig. Why compete? All right, I'm in the same note range, but there's no reason to just muddy it up.
Yeah.
I love Metallica, but holy shit, they just dial the bass out. There's just no bass happening. You listen to the record, it's just guitars.
Yep.
And I love those records, but like that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear things like Generation of Vipers and like just gnarly ass fucking bass tones.
Yes.
Like, sounds good. I want to hear it. Like those guys are doing cool shit. Like I want to hear. I don't want to just be mixed out. Like so, I spent a lot of time and a lot of effort trying to get at that, and found some really good, cool. And the other thing is like now with the internet, you can find these like companies like so Fuzzrocious. Andrew and I own a bunch of Fuzzrocious pedals. It's a guy and his wife and his 2 kids, and like that's the company. So the guy started making pedals for his friends. They really liked them, so he started making more and selling them. And then eventually got so busy he could quit his job. And then his wife was painting them, and then she got busy enough where she could quit her job. So it's this little family that's making, and like now his kids are old enough, and like you can buy a kid painted, these gnarly fucking fuzz pedals that are like scribbled on like a 4-year-old's paint job. And it's like, this is super cool. And like I've messaged him on Facebook, like one of my things broke. I sent it right to him. He was super quick to respond, super nice guy. Like, that's cool. I want to support him.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I want to give my money to him. That's the same thing with the guitar company. Like, it's 2 dudes out of Florida, and like he's made I think 1,200 guitars total.
Jeez.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, I want that guy. I would rather have him have my money than some giant corporation.
Yeah.
So it's
Just mass producing,
right.
Making unique, as opposed to making unique.
Yeah, and it's right, and it's just like it's a dude who's really passionate about making guitars. And he's like, I don't want to figure out how to make guitars out of aluminum. Cool, fuck yeah, I want to give you money. That's so cool. And like, there's so many pedal companies like that where you could find little things like that and get.
Well, we got a bunch of tracks tonight. Let's do another one. This one actually has a very interesting title of it.
Yes.
On it. What's the title of the next track we're gonna play?
It is
Zombie Arthropod Overlords.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! All right, when we come back in, we'll explain to me what that means.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
And we are back. We just heard another track off the Victory in Ruin CD. That was a snow burial track. And what was that bad boy called?
Zombie Arthropod Overlords.
Oh, my goodness. And how did you guys come about that song title? What's the little backstory on that bad boy?
It's about zombie shrimp.
Zombie shrimp.
Zombie shrimp.
True
story.
Sounds tasty.
Yes, delicious.
I think it was Meg, actually. I think it was my girlfriend who posted on my Facebook.
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah.
A news story about, which we were just talking about, a parasite that infects this kind of shrimp and then animates and takes over the shrimp, and then the shrimp wants to go eat other shrimp.
Cannibalistic
So
shrimpies.
cannibalistic dead shrimp eating other shrimp. And then a Simpsons reference.
And then the Simpsons reference, yeah.
I, for one, welcome our new zombie arthropod overlords.
And there you go.
Yep. And that's an instrumental track, so there was no lyrics to fit into any theme. So we're like, well, we can just go wild with the name.
Yeah, that was really it. Because we were like, last time we did it, we named it after the bar that we were drinking at a lot. The Palomino, yeah.
Palomino, yeah.
The first CD
That's
was
a pretty creative way to name your song. I'm not going to lie. I like that. And this is where we're drinking at. That shall be the name of the new song.
Killer Bar.
Fitz's Spare Keys.
Yeah, right.
That'd be a weird
record.
That's our next record, our next instrumental track.
This next one's called Fitz's Spare Keys. No one have any idea what the hell's going on.
We're tempted to write lyrics and just put them up on the line, but
just never record them.
Yeah, never. We could write whatever.
People just might not know.
Right,
no,
yeah.
or you could get the fans to start singing the songs. Be like, there's no lyrics in this. I don't know where you guys got the lyrics.
Well, we got a bunch more tracks to go. We're gonna keep flying through this CD. What's the next track off the CD we're gonna play?
It's called Victory and Ruin. It is the namesake of the album.
The titular track.
And this will be the end then of side 1.
Yes.
Part A
of the vinyl.
Side
of
A.
the vinyl.
So is this side S?
Yep.
Well,
Why would you say such a thing?
How
How
dare
dare
you?
you?
How dare you?
1998.
We'll pretend he didn't
Honda
say that. Here's
Civic.
Victory in Ruin.
All right.
Hi, this is Tony,
Ari,
Q, and Pat.
we are Caduce, and you're listening to The Metal Experience.
we are back with the Metal Experience. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, the Chin Hair Knowledge, and Snow Burial.
Hi, guys.
We are at Fitz Spirit Keys in dear old Elmhurst, Illinois,
Dear
which you can
old.
come out to every Tuesday night. We start at 8 p.m., go a little bit until 10:30 p.m. You know, we hang out, we watch the Hawks game, we eat some food, drink some
And
awesome
talk about
drinks,
metal.
Kitty
and
cocktails.
talk about metal and drink kitty cocktails. And of course, we've been playing some awesome music tonight. So let's go ahead and just discuss the last track that we played. That was called Victory in Ruin. And that is the title track of the album by Snow Burial that they just released on February 1st.
Word.
Victory in Ruin. Tell us a little bit about this song.
A lot of the lyrics are sort of making reference to or allusions to Scientology and Fox News. Probably those two combined.
There we go.
Fox
There we
News.
go.
Right, so like this idea of basically pandering, right? So they'll lure you in with telling you exactly what you want to hear, and it's like yeah, I've always thought that, and then they got you. And if you ever get the chance, watch Going Clear. It's an amazing.
Oh, I have that on my list of things to
Oh my
watch. And
God.
check that out.
It's so crazy.
What was the Philip Seymour Hoffman movie?
The Master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's also it's not directly L. Ron Hubbard, but it's basically
Pretty
L. Ron
much him.
Hubbard, yeah. And Joaquin Phoenix is a total
Joaquin?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joseph Phoenix.
Joe Queening?
But yeah, so it's more uplifting tales of human triumph.
Human survival and shrimp.
Shrimp.
Yeah, wait till we get to
Cannibalistic
Hellscape.
shrimpies. Well,
It's about that time.
Really?
we don't have a sweeper for you to come in.
We're
so
still trying to think of what to do for that.
No, I just after the show I totally forget that we got to do that. Morgan,
We'll do it.
write this down so we remember.
We can do it on
I
my
don't need
phone
a
and put
sweeper.
it
I'm that
into it.
awesome.
We'll create it.
We'll create one.
I don't need one.
There's some sound effects that I have to pick off the internet for me in order to do that.
Why am I getting sound effects?
Gay porn hard.
I
Yeah.
love how often Luco says, "Morgan, write this down," and then Morgan doesn't write anything down. He just is like,
First off,
Got
he
it.
has the only pen that he has.
And a paper.
Second off,
Luco, write
I
this
can
down.
remember most things. I just don't want to discuss it with him half the time. Third off,
forgot
he
I do
needs
have
to
the
start
pen.
taking his own responsibility of writing things down.
Sweeper.
I am not his secretary.
for-
"Have you guys seen Van Wilder?"
Yes.
Derek.
That's going back.
It's
when we were
been a
talking
while.
about.
You
Yeah.
got a
Talking
pencil? Write that down.
He's always like, "Yeah, write that down. Write that
that
down."
Yeah, well, that didn't happen.
I don't have.
To,
a
what
pencil.
was the guy's
Speak
name?
to us,
Raj.
Derek. Speak to us.
All right. I got some tour news.
Okay, what you got, brother?
Apocalyptica
Yes.
has announced
But
the
it'll be on a Tuesday.
has announced the U.S. headline tour
I'm so sad.
with 10 Years and Failure Anthem.
Okay.
The tour starts April 23rd in Jersey.
I saw Apocalyptica live once, House of Blues.
I
It was
want to go
pretty sweet.
so bad.
Just
The
wanna
tour
let you know.
ends May 22nd in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
On April 26th, they'll be playing the House of Blues in Chicago.
And unfortunately, we will not be there.
Who do we have on that night?
Ditheist.
Detheist or
Detheist. Yes.
it's like atheist but with a D. Lamb of God.
Daytheist.
So wait, their truck just crashed, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
But they have announced another U.S. headlining tour.
Oh, hey, good for them.
This time with Clutch.
Who?
Yeah.
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God did?
Yes, with Clutch and Corrosion of Conformity.
Okay.
The tour starts April 30th in Florida and
Florida.
goes through June 11th in Tennessee. No Chicago shows, but May 14th in Somerset, Wisconsin, they are playing the Northern Invasion Festival.
Okay. The Asian Invasion Festival?
Yes,
Got
yes. Then the Black Dahlia Murder has announced the U.S.
I want
headline
to go
tour
so bad to this.
I heard
with
they're playing,
Fallujah and Disentomb.
I want to see Fallujah.
and they're playing the whole Nocturnal,
It's unhallowed. Get that
Unhallowed?
shit straight, son.
the whole Unhallowed.
Which the new artwork for the Fallujah album is out too. That they just announced that in April there's a new record, and it looks fucking awesome.
And founding member Ryan Knight has officially left
Yeah, I
Black
saw
Dahlia
that.
Murder.
He was one of the founding members?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So I think Trevor is now the only one,
The lead
the singer.
singer.
But the tour starts 4/8 in Ohio and goes till May 28th in Michigan. They will play Chicago on the 23rd at the Beat Kitchen.
All right.
And,
That place is going to be packed.
Or they are
gonna be
playing
sweaty.
May 22nd at the Frequency in Madison. So kind of two shows.
That's
Wait,
a good venue.
What month?
It's May
May?
5.
May 5.
May 5th?
No, it's May
In
20.
Chicago?
No, May 23rd
Okay.
at the Beat Kitchen.
May 23rd is a Monday.
Okay. And then May 22nd
That
is
place is
in
going to
Madison.
sell out.
Yeah.
Beat Kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
And then my last bit of tour news
Yeah.
is Rammstein.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
They are playing, they got announced for that new festival in Chicago, that Chicago Open Air. They are playing Bridgeview and the Toyota Park in Bridgeview. The dates are between July 15th and the 17th. And Rammstein is so far the only act confirmed.
This is their only U.S. date in 2016.
Yes. And they are headlining.
And
They are
these
one of the co-headliners.
Fucking tickets are like
so amazing.
$109.
It's $199 for
a
like
3-day pass. They
that's
don't have
for,
single
I think
day
that's
passes.
for VIP.
No, it's
VIP
$199
right now.
Is
109 is
regular. $199 is VIP.
Yeah, so it's 109, but those are the discounted right now.
God
so those went on
forbid I
sale
don't want to
today.
know how much the
I've
real
told you
passes
it's probably
going to
be like $230 to like $300.
Why can't you buy
bucks.
single day passes?
They probably will once the rest of
Rammsteinen.
them get picked up.
I don't know.
But it's fucking Rammstein, and it will be awesome to see him actually outside.
I want to
Oh,
go.
yeah. They're going to have even more fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Luco, your tax return is going to be spent on that. Write this down.
Like, here we go.
July 15th
my
through
whole,
17th.
My whole tax return
Nicely
gone
done.
because we need Rammstein
Because we need
tickets.
Rammstein tickets.
But it's Rammstein,
That's a
so
reasonable thing to do.
Those are
it's-
for use.
it's actually kind of interesting to actually see like, because I think they made 2.5 mil for their last U.S. tour.
What?
So I think I wonder how much they're gonna like for a one-off
Eye-watering.
show in the States.
I don't know.
I
I
don't know,
mean,
but
$20
that's it with my little tour news.
Okay, what else you got news-wise?
Luco, Danzig
Yes.
will be on Portlandia
Portlandia.
on Thursday.
Though that show, I've never watched that show. Is that good?
I haven't seen it.
Anyone?
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
It's funny as
Okay.
shit.
It's quite good.
Yeah, he'll be
That's on a show.
Glenn
to watch
Danzig's gonna be,
eventually.
on Portlandia on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, so if you haven't watched Portlandia, have you seen complicated drumming techniques?
No.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Okay, so Fred Armisen did a spoof drumming instructional video called Complicated Drumming Techniques, which is basically only comedy for drummers, but it is amazing. Go find it. Yeah.
He's basically spoofing Terry Bozzio and using the enormous drum set. And he's like, hopefully you have these 17 toms at home and can play this. It's fantastic.
I think that's something I'm going to do tonight when I go home.
Write that down, Derek.
I don't have a pen.
Here you go.
Thank you.
He has the show pen.
We have more pens somewhere.
Nope, there's just the show
No,
pen.
just one. If you guys need it, I got a pen. What else you got for us, Derek?
I guess there's a little petition going around
You guess?
to get some kids' vest back from the world famous Macy's in New York.
What?
What?
Yeah. Apparently, it was this kid. He was, I think his name is Mesha, Meshachach.
Misha?
Misha?
I think Babcock. He was playing.
Babcock.
He was playing. And his last name is Umlauts. Apparently,
What's Babcock then?
I don't know, but that's his full name, Misha Babcock. But he was playing his high school battle of the bands in Oregon, and some kid stole his battle vest.
His battle vest?
Yeah, that's what they
How
call
was he not wearing it?
I don't know, but it.
Let me put my battle vest right over here.
But it's those things are like personal because it's like.
Who would?
Wait, how did Macy's get involved with this?
Yeah.
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
And why would anyone want? Like, I've smelled yours, and they're terrible smelling.
But apparently
why
now
would you want someone
3
else's?
years has progressed, and there's some metal photographer walking around in Macy's, and he came across a battle vest in Macy's behind glass hanging on the wall.
Oh,
what?
Like hung up like art or
Yeah,
something?
and it has a Misfits inner liner with a Hallows Eve patch and like Cannibal Corpse.
And that kid's like, "That's my fucking vest."
Yeah, and there's a picture actually up on like the Facebook or whatever with the guy wearing that vest, and then the picture of the vest in Macy's.
How did Macy's come across this?
I've got no idea. They
look at
from
this in the
secondhand
garbage
market or whatever. But why is it hanging up in a Macy's in like a world famous location in that Macy's? And it's a metal vest. It's kind of awkward to go into a Macy's and see like.
I mean, I would probably go into Macy's more often if they had cool stuff like that, though.
Yeah, some smart viral marketing, I think. That's what's at play there.
Yeah,
we need to add battle vests to our gear lineup as well.
The thing is, though, since it's a stolen piece, I'm pretty sure they have to give it back.
All right. Very interesting.
Well worth the viral mentions, I guess.
Yeah. But that's why I just found it interesting because those things are personal, and I take great pride in
Yeah,
mine.
no, really.
Derek has like 15 of them.
Yeah.
He's got like his
Completely
punk
covered.
rock one. He's got his other smelly one. He's got this smelly one.
But like
that smelly one.
Nice.
Someone you don't want who touches it, you go fuck them up. Like you don't.
And I don't know why you'd want someone else's.
That's some touchy shit.
Like I know those things can be worth a pretty penny.
They're
due to, like what you
Pretty penny.
Yeah, due to like what you spend on like whatever patches you got.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of trying to figure out how Macy's got a hold of it.
Yeah.
Call him up.
I
Call him
don't
up
know.
right now. Hey, Macy's, how'd you get this vest?
Yeah, call the New York store. Hey, I don't know.
What else you got for us, cool guy?
That's it with my news.
Okay.
Why am I getting a picture taken?
How you know he's taking your picture? How you know he's just
You're
not
flipping me off. I don't want you not flipping me off.
All right. Well, rock and roll. Well, you know what? We got a side B to start on.
No.
What?
Derek has a song.
Yeah, son, you forgot about me.
Damn, dude.
You said you were done, so I figured.
I said I'm done with my news. Get that shit straight.
That's cold.
Damn.
All right,
So
Derek.
what
What
else?
is your
What do
band
you got
pick
for
of
us,
the week?
cool guy?
I got this band called Death Toll 80K.
80.
80K.
The number?
Yes.
80,000.
Yes.
Okay. 80K.
From La Parenta, Finland.
Okay. Band from Finland tonight. All right.
They were formed in 2005 and played grindcore.
Oh my goodness. What's the track we're going to hear from them?
No Escape off their only album, Harsh Realities.
All right.
Well, because it's their only album, but they released a few splits, and then they released a compilation with stuff from 2007 to 2012. It's a discography kind of thingy.
All right.
But this is one of my jams.
Let's do it. Whew. And Derek, what the fuck did we just listen to? That was pretty good, actually. What was it?
The song was called No Escape off the Harsh Realities album by Death Toll 80K.
And what happened to the other band that I sent you that I thought we were going to do? That band that was every letter of the alphabet backwards, forwards.
The longest name in heavy metal, kind of like the gore grind band from Mexico.
Yeah, what were they called?
Some kind of disease. It was like parasidio something something something. There was like 23 to like 30 letters in the name.
Something. Yeah, it was like 40. It was like a 40-letter band name. It was ridiculous.
I didn't want to
for a Google autocomplete.
I didn't want to play them. So
okay. Maybe next week. Well, rock and roll. We're still here with Snow Burial.
Woo.
We got side B to still play. So Side burial. Why don't we blast through some more tracks? What's the first song off side B? Track number 5.
Thieves.
And what's that bad boy about?
Is it a Ministry cover?
Yes. No. I wish. God, I love that song. No. It's kind of introspective anxiety song? Question mark? I don't even know. Really, like
relating to the apocalypse in some way.
Kind of, yeah. I don't know. Like I literally think Andrew at one point, like we were describing, he was doing this ooh-ah thing, and I was like, all right, so you should go like low, mid, high, and he actually says like low, mid, high as the lyrics now. I think so. I don't know.
Perfect. Let's do it. Snow Burial off Victory in Ruin, the song Thieves.
Now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Fuck you! Will you wear the blood?
Woo! And we just heard another track off the Victory in Ruin CD. I am Luke O'Blaze with Morgan Danielle with the Chin Hair of Knowledge. We are rocking out with Snow Burial for the second time, and we just heard the song.
Sweet.
I had to burp. So we got a couple more tracks to play. Let's do another one real quick because we also have an unsigned band pick to do. So why don't we keep, because we're gonna play all these songs tonight off the new CD.
Thanks, guys.
The Hellscape.
Yes.
The next track.
Yes.
What's that bad boy about?
Well, the title is very descriptive. It's about painting the picture of a complete hellscape where all the religious high priests have taken over and created a monstrous world and slavery and all kinds of terrible things.
More uplifting stuff.
It's just a sunshine and rainbows.
Let's
and
do it.
unicorn.
Snow Burial, Hellscape.
This is Frankie from the Bloodline, and you are listening to the Metal Experience.
Metal.
Woo!
And we are back. We
Woo!
just heard Hellscape off the Victory in Ruins album by Snow Burial.
Victory in Ruin, no S.
Okay, fine. Victory in
Close
Ruin.
enough. That was good, Derek.
Good. Woo, that's the first time he's come back.
Listen
Stepping
to that
up.
radio voice.
Ooh. Nice.
It makes
And
me
smooth
Every single show,
jazz.
he's talked more and more.
That gets
I'm
me
liking
hot and
this.
bothered.
This is all, that's what.
I'm
Ew!
tripped out. This is going to be the last time I'm on the show.
Gross.
Oh my goodness. Well, on that note, we got
That's
an
your future brother.
we got an
Holy
unsigned
shit.
we got an unsigned. Oh my god, I'm so hot right now. We got an unsigned band pick of the week. Why don't we go ahead and play this shit?
Oh shit! I almost spilled on the soundboard.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right, this week we have from Uppsala, Sweden, which is funny because Ben is wearing a Sweden little
This works out
jacket.
perfectly.
Yep,
This is
I am
kind of a
half Swedish.
coincidence.
It's kind of
And
Uppsala
Derek
is
is
where, like,
wearing a
90
monomarth
bands are
also
from.
from Sweden, so
it was meant
we're
to be.
representing soccer
Is it Cult of Luna from
and
Uppsala?
Sweden, the country, and metal in
Umea?
Sweden.
That's not
Oh, that's
representing
Umea.
soccer. That's just
That's not a
representing.
soccer
This
hoodie?
is a soccer.
Oh,
Boom!
okay.
Know my
I was just
shit,
saying,
bro. Know my
representing
shit.
Sweden
Thank you.
as a. Are you
You're
a big
welcome.
soccer fan?
Obviously,
big
he's
Swedish soccer
wearing
fan.
a hoodie of a soccer team. Is that a serious question?
Listen, I wear.
He doesn't understand
I'm
soccer.
wearing Mark Anthony
It's okay.
jeans. It doesn't mean I'm
Listen.
like, hey, Mark Anthony, you're a pretty cool guy.
Listen, I'm playing
It's just
soccer
like,
right
they
now.
wear.
All right, back to
It's
metal.
called football.
So from
Football.
Uppsala, Sweden, the band Acidian, Acidiun. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we got a song off of their 9 Circles EP, the song Professionals and Convicts. Let's do it.
This is Dave on the Metal Experience, and I play drums in the band Alethea. And not only do we make orgasms out of your ears, we make good friends too. I'm gonna introduce you to my bandmates right over here. I'm Jake.
I'm Jake.
I'm Zach. And that's the sound of you coming.
All right, got that out of me. All right, you deleted that?
New York.
Yeah, but I kept the whatever the
New
fuck
York.
that just was. Hi, we're back.
Human Torch.
I'm Marie Danielle with
The arsonist has oddly shaped
Luco
feet.
Blaze and the Chinhair Knowledge, and
Unique
we are here with Snow
New York.
Burial. And that was Luco's unsigned band pick of the week from Sweden.
That was Ascidian from Uppsala, Sweden, with the song Professionals and Convicts off their 9 Circles EP. Check them out. But yeah, like Morgan said, we are the Metal Experience. We are hanging out with Snow Burial, their second time on, and we're almost coming to an end. We got a couple more tracks to play for you tonight, but really quick, where can everyone find everything that is Snow Burial and your upcoming shows and everything going on?
Snowburial.com. Keep it simple. Facebook.com/snowburial. On Twitter, we're snowburialband. Snowburial.bandcamp.com. Got everything there. So we got a few shows coming up. We're playing March 5th in Milwaukee at the High Noon Saloon with Lotus Ash and Volunteer. And then March 6th, we're playing in Chicago at the Empty Bottle with Errata, Caustic Casanova, and
Predator.
Yeah.
There's a band called Predator?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm
Chicago
actually
band.
friends with those dudes.
Oh, yeah,
Are you?
yeah.
Yeah, Derek,
Sweet.
if you're
They
friends
just
with
printed up
these
shirts
bands,
at the
why aren't
same
you just telling
place
them
we
to
did.
come on our show, Fulio?
How are they? You guys know?
I don't know them,
yeah.
but like they're cool dudes.
I don't know if you know this about me, but my favorite movie all time,
Yeah, no,
Predator.
it's a
You did say earlier
sweet
that you
movie.
fall asleep to that movie frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that so
Get to
much.
the chopper. So yeah, no, we're playing with them and we're stoked. Errata's really good too. They're from North Carolina. They toured with Kylesa, same label, post doomy, awesome stuff. And then we're doing a super fucking sweet weekend in April with some of our best buds. The Gorge, prog metal from St. Louis. A Seath, Drone Doom from Iowa, and Druids from Des Moines, noise rock. So we're going to do 3 nights. We're doing Chicago, St. Louis, and Cedar Falls, Iowa with all 4 bands. Just going to go do a weekend with all those gents and fucking slay. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that should be a good time.
Yeah, we're going to
That will be fun.
Blast. So it'll be March 14th at Quenchers, March 15th in St. Louis, and April 14th in Quenchers, April 15th in St. Louis, April 16th in Cedar Falls.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fucking sweet. So we got a lot of upcoming things going on. Well, why don't we go ahead and play another track? What's the next track? The next track off the Victory in Ruin CD.
It is Man at Arms, and
what's that bad boy about?
It's allusions to things about like police brutality and armies. It's awesome.
Uplifting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, this is TJ from Age of Aries. You are listening to the Metal Experience.
Woo! And we just heard another Snow Burial track. We just heard Man at Arms. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. And we've been rocking out here with Snow Burial for the past couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to say thanks again for coming out.
Absolutely.
You guys.
We
Thanks
can't
for
wait to
having
see
us.
you guys again.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
So
Live.
after Derek has heard you, we like to ask him sometimes
Every time.
how he would categorize your band.
Oh.
Give you your official title.
Your official
and,
genre.
And dub your genre. So, Derek, after hearing
Genre.
Snow
I believe
Burial's
it's pronounced.
Victory and Ruin, give us your rundown.
Genra. Genry.
Okay. You're
Genner.
Shut
Genra.
up. Well, we were already talking about this during break. Kind of. Like I was saying, there's the Mastodon influence, and you guys said that's one of you guys' biggest influences. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna probably say something in the category of sludge.
Sure, yeah.
There's some doom there, and there's some progressive as well. So I'm gonna say progressive sludge / doom metal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's pretty on the nose. Yeah, I mean, it's, when we have to pick up, like, influences or pick out influences, Mastodon's one of them, Matt Melvin's, Cult of Luna. So, like, some posty stuff, too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of delays, but we got called Hipster Doom on Reddit. So that's kind of our adopted moniker, right? But yeah, right on the button.
Yeah, by a guy who actually liked the song and then looked us up and then came back with this rant about how none of us have long hair and I use a 4-piece drum set and you use a Fender Jaguar in the studio.
Everybody looks the same.
And he's like, Hipster Doom spotted. Don't listen to him. So immediately we were like, changing the genre, Hipster Doom. Done. Taking it. Awesome.
I'm just going to wear it.
And again, where can everyone find everything that is Snow Burial and the shows coming up?
Snowburial.com. That has absolutely everything. Facebook.com/snowburial. That's also where we're posting a lot of stuff. We're on Instagram. Instagram's a lot better than Facebook.
Do you Instagram that shit?
We Instagram that shit.
There's a picture
all
of
the
you on
time.
there now.
There is, flipping us off.
Sweet. Sweet.
Twitter, Snowburial Band, all that stuff. It's all good.
Well, next week we won't have a show, sadly.
It's Morgan's birthday.
It's my birthday.
What happened to
Happy
next week's
birthday.
show?
Next week's show we were trying to confirm, and the band never got back to me, so I decided to take the day off.
Can I do
for
a
my
one-man show?
Family.
Yes.
You're gonna come here and set up all the gear and do it.
Come to
No,
my house.
actually,
I'll
wouldn't
pick up
know how.
everything.
Yeah,
Come
if
here.
you want to do it that way.
Do
but
this.
we're gonna have a day off next week. But when we come back on February 23rd, we're gonna be back with Fierce Atmospheres. They've got a brand new lineup
For
They've
their
got
second
new
time
music.
also.
For their second time, they will be here. Very excited about that. So you can come out to Fitz's Spirit Keys in Elmhurst with us. Hang
out with me.
8 p.m. until a little bit after 10:30. And that will be our next show. But if you're looking for us to be out at places, the next show we will be attending is happening this coming Monday. We are going to Flesh God Apocalypse at Reggie's, which is going to be fucking
I think it's Reggae.
awesome. I'm very excited for this. We bought
Reggie's?
tickets off of our friends in Beyond Death, who just got Johnny Bravo from Act of Destruction
I
on
know that
guitar.
dude. He's a good dude.
And he is.
He's a guy.
They're all great.
That's good.
Great people and great musicians.
Johnny
so
Bravo the
this
third.
whole fucking show is insane because on top of seeing Beyond Death and Flesh God Apocalypse, we also get to see Abigail Williams, who I've been dying to see for forever too.
I didn't know
Saw
they were on
those
that.
dudes.
And then Karnak Angren, Derek, do you know who that is?
Angren.
Karach Angren.
Karach.
Yeah,
They're almost
they're
like
playing.
Cradle of Filth or symphonic black metal.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
they're
a
gonna be
some
there,
type
too.
of gangrene you'd have
their
on your
face
ball sack.
paint is pretty sweet.
It's
Their
called
face
Fournier's gangrene, actually.
And
Okay.
they actually don't sing about Satanism at all. They actually sing
And then
about
there's-
like I think it's like fairy tales and stuff like that.
And then
nice.
there's also this other band called
Satan.
Ethereal Blood Plane as well, which I don't know them either.
Derek
But it should
actually
be-
doesn't know them.
It should be interesting. I guess they've got a whole. Oh, they're from Chicago. They got a full. They brought down their name. They're called the. Wow, they wear face paint too. They're called the Ethereal Blood
We're doing something
San Green Symphony.
Brutal.
Wait, say that one more time.
I don't know how to
Say it
pronounce
5 times fast,
The
Morgan.
Ethereal Blood San Grinery Symphony.
Okay.
Wait, did you say we're doing face paint now, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
You guys doing the
we-
corpse
next
paint?
show. Yeah.
Awesome.
You should totally do that. And I think I'm going to hit them up to be on our show. So this will be interesting. Yeah, so that's going to be us. And then Luco's got a show coming up
What?
on the
Woo.
26th. You're going to be playing Livewire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
You're
gonna
going
be.
to be playing with Impale, God Dementia's first show. And then you're going to be
No
opening for No
Convictions.
Conviction on their
Ah.
CD release show.
So it should be pretty sweet. Come
so the
on
forms
out.
they take, you should definitely check them out. And then after that, we're going to be at Cannibal Corpse with Cryptopsy and Obituary at the Metro the
and
next
then
day.
even after that, that Sunday, I believe we're playing another show.
Did you get confirmed?
Not 100%, but I'm almost positive it's a yes.
He's not
I just,
That will be at
I haven't-
Centennial Lanes
He's
with
not
One
just
Steel
positive.
Wound.
He's HIV.
I'm
positive.
HIV positive.
What?
I just haven't looked at my phone yet. It's been
What?
blowing up the whole time we've been sitting here. But I'm a professional. I'm not sitting on my phone,
my
so I'll wait till after the
God.
show to check and confirm them things.
I-
Or maybe tomorrow when I'm sober. Probably
okay.
tomorrow.
Well, anyways. Well, we got the brand new Victory in Ruin vinyl and CD,
It's
and you
yes.
should too. This is fucking awesome, and we thank Snow
Thanks.
Burial once again for coming out and hanging
Hell
out
yeah.
with us.
Oh, thanks for having
Andrew,
us.
whenever you get back from vacation, you are more than welcome to come on our show. We'd love to have you.
Has to shave the mustache.
I want to meet you.
Derek
got a-
wants to meet you.
He's got a really nice mustache. He does.
Andrew does.
I
yeah.
respect
They have
Andrew
a
and
mustache
his stash.
competition, it seems, on Facebook all the time. So
Who?
You and Andrew.
His, you know what? His is
Here's a picture of Andrew.
clean cut
That is a pretty sweet
and
stash.
powerful.
Yeah.
Mine is out of control and powerful when I
when
let
you
it
want to put some effort into
when
it.
I let it go. I mean, it's not effort; it's just lack of shaving. That thing is fucking. That's a stare down. Could you imagine just staring that down? Oh my goodness! Andrew's got one of the best stashes in the scene.
This picture is actually the backdrop on my phone.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead serious. Because we were out drinking the other night, and
It's
it
a
got
picture
pretty
of-
late. And I was like, Andrew, your mustache is so awesome. It gives me power. Let me take a picture of it. All right, I'm going to save it as the backdrop
my
of my phone.
God.
And then I woke up the next morning and it was like,
That's love.
all right, I'm leaving it.
That's love
I'm
right
gonna leave it.
there.
It's a picture of Andrew mean
I
mugging
love it.
the camera. It's now the
That's so funny.
backdrop of Brandon's phone, and it's pretty. He's got an epic stash.
He's not
Very-
here with us now, but he's here in spirit.
It's very clean. I like it. It's very clean, cut and controlled. It's very thick and manly. Well, we got one more track to play off the Victory in Ruin CD by Snow Burial.
We do.
What? We're gonna go out to this track. What's the last track on the CD, boys?
Last track is Smoke Trails.
And what's that bad boy about?
Andrew wrote most of the lyrics.
Yeah, we
and I
can't
don't
can't
know.
really tell you what
I
that
don't
one's
know.
about.
I don't know.
Is it about sending
I
smoke
think it's
signals?
about like.
I think he was walking. He was at the L stop, and I think he saw someone walking ahead of him.
Yeah, and he was
and
just like, I
smoking
gotta
and
write this song about this train stops smoke.
Yeah.
Trails.
But
Smoke
yeah,
signals.
He'll have
That's
to, he'll,
all.
he'll have
a
to tell you
lie.
the deeper
Yeah,
meaning.
No, I know. It's something about running away from things. I don't know.
Perfect.
Well, we'll see you back February 23rd. Until then, keep posted to our website, metalexperience.com, for upcoming guests, past shows, reviews from the crypt, Hey Look What I Found picks, and more.
And remember, stay metal.
check out Snow Burial, and check out Ascidian from Uppsala, Sweden. This last track off the Victory and Ruin CD, Smoke Trails. Let's do it.